How would you feel if you met another you from a parallel universe? One may well exist as a ghostly double or evil twin, ready to crush your sanity or even replace you altogether. A doppelganger, often anglicized as doppelganger, is a spirit, double, or twin that looks exactly like you. The German word translates literally as a double goer. According to legend or folklore, if you spot your double, it is an omen of dreadful disease or even possibly death. In modern society, a doppelganger also refers to a person who is very similar to you in the way that you look and act. Stories of doppelgangers date back to ancient myth and legend. The theme of an evil twin or haunting ghost replica have featured numerous times in literature and art, depicting an innate fascination with the concept, whether real or imaginary. The concept of a good and evil twin is noted as far back as the 5th century BC in an ancient Iranian religion known as Zoroastrianism. The two primal spirits were the sons of time and represented darkness and light. The ancient Egyptians believed in the existence of Ka, or spirit double. The spirit twin allegedly had the same memories as the original individual. In an Egyptian version of the Trojan War story, a spirit double was sent instead of an actual Helen. The Ka was such a perfect replication of Helen that it fooled everybody and a war was averted. Native American myth also incorporates twins, the Hopi twins, in their cosmology. They believe the afterlife mirrored the land of the living. The duality extended to the twins called the child of water and the child of sun. Norse mythology tells of a similar ghostly double, which is said to perform the actions of a person just before they do. The spirit will often smell or sound like or have the same voice as the original person. Scottish tales from the Orkney Islands describe mystical baby snatchers who replace real human babies with replicas. Trolls, or mythical fairy creatures, allegedly swap their sickly babies with healthy human babies. Replacement babies would immediately change to look exactly like the human baby and fool their poor parents, until the fairy baby became ill and died. The Britons' version, called the Ankou, was said to be the harvester of souls. Sighting him, much like sighting that twin spirit, would be an omen of certain death. Dressed in dark cloak, hat and scythe in hand, he would then get the newly dead souls to help him harvest more souls. Abraham Lincoln was supposedly an open-minded statesman who recognized the existence of the paranormal world, reported seeing his doppelganger in the mirror on more than one occasion. In 1860, shortly after Lincoln was elected, he claimed to see a double reflection of himself in the mirror. He asserted that the second reflection looked remarkably weaker and paler. His wife believed it was a bad omen, suggesting he would finish his term but not make it to the end of his second. Writer, poet, and statesman Johann Wolfgang von Goethe claimed to encounter a doppelganger during his life. From 1749 to 1832, he alleged he was headed by horse to Dressenheim after ending a relationship with a girl called Friederike. Van Goethe came across an exact double of himself, also on a horse, heading in the opposite direction. The only difference was the doppelganger had on a gold-trimmed gray suit. Van Goethe was on the same road 8 years later, heading in the same direction his doppelganger had been, and suddenly noticed he was wearing the same exact gold-trimmed gray suit he had seen his ghostly double in. The writer claimed to see a doppelganger of his friends, too, dressed in Van Gogh's own robe. On returning home, he found his friend wearing the same robe he had seen on the man's wraith-like double. The servants of Catherine the Great reported seeing her in the throne room one night when she was actually in her bed. She ordered them to shoot her evil spirit double, and strangely she perished shortly after her double was shot at. Guy de Maupassant was a French writer who died in 1893. He was well known for his mastery of short stories. One of his short stories, La Horla, was indeed ghost-written, as sources cite. It was dictated to him by his doppelganger. Allegedly, de Maupassant's health began to worsen shortly after he had written the story, which recounted a tale of a man who went mad due to a sinister ghost taking him over. Another doppelganger encounter commonly cited is that of Emily Sagi. Emily was a school teacher in the 1840s in a private school in what is now known as Latvia. She had been quite a job hopper up until then, having had 19 jobs in 16 years. Her students first spotted her spirit double when she was teaching class. The specter appeared next to her as she wrote on the board, imitating her movements. It was spotted again when the teacher was busy working in the school garden, and also seen concurrently in her ghostly form in the classroom. Adventurous students decided to try and pass through the wraith-like figure and succeeded. They allegedly reported a feeling of thick material when passing through it. The teacher was said to feel drained and helpless at the time of the sightings. Modern-day medicine and science claim the phenomenon is experienced because of a head injury or mere hallucinations. It is also considered to be the result of psychiatric phenomenon known as heudoscopy. Sources describe the phenomenon as viewing your own body from a distance, and it is said to be due to schizophrenia or epilepsy. Another explanation may exist for the eerie spirit double. If one is open to the supernatural, could it be another you, an exact copy, but from an alternate reality or alternate dimension perhaps? Whether real or fiction, seeing your doppelganger is likely to drain the color out of anyone. In the style of Edgar Allan Poe, it may haunt you for a very long time, and perhaps even drive you mad. If you enjoyed this episode of A Brief History, please consider hitting the like button. Click subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and make sure you hit the bell so you can stay up on all the new episodes of A Brief History. Do you have a doppelganger out there? Have you ever seen your doppelganger? Email me at oklahomados@gmail.com and share your story with the channel. That's OKLAHOMADOSS@gmail.com. And again, thank you for watching.